Hey, what's up guys? It's Kale Brock here. I'm a surfer and a filmmaker and you're watching How to Rip. In this series I'm going to be sharing some insights into my coaching experience and what I've learned taking beginner surfers through to intermediate and intermediate surfers to high level intermediate and even advanced. This is essentially a glimpse into my Patreon membership group where people get access to 2 of these surf analysis clips every single week. So make sure you check it out in the link in the description below. You can also join me on Instagram at Kale's Broccoli, but for now, let's jump into the surfing. Yo. Hey mate, let's have a chat about your sesh. Overall, super quick adjustments, really good. Got some great fundamentals in place. Really looking forward to seeing how you progress moving into the future. So a lot of our session, a lot of our analysis will center around this wave here, which I think was your first wave, and this turn here and how we can actually radicalize it. When we look down the line too much, as you self sort of adjusted, we tend to get a little bit stuck in those shorter turns and sort of keep pushing down the line, when what we actually want to see is something, a little bit more like this, where we can radicalize it by not only going more vertical, but also pulling back on it a lot more. So I want you to notice, like after going a little bit more vertical over here on the right, how much more spray is thrown. That's really where the spray comes from, when you hit that lip more vertically. But then if we see where the head goes is huge, a massive difference here. And that drives the whole physiology of the turn, is where that head leads, and also that back arm there, that left arm. So that's what we wanted to see, and credit to you, you adjusted really quickly. Now, if you are interested in doing a turn that drives you down the line, you can always cut it short like that, but still follow those same principles. So still go a little bit more vertical, still use the arms, still use the eyes, just cut a little bit shorter. Okay, so I'm sending you back out there, and this is where we ended up. Or I think this one's in here because I like this little check under the lip there. That was cool. Cool. So looking a lot better. And then this one here you dropped, which I think was much better than the first one, and just really drove a lot further. See that arm just looked a lot better as well. And then you actually, sped pump into another one too. So looking, jumping up definitely a few notches there. If we look at them side by side, what's driving that difference? Just look at the eye line. So look at the most recent wave on the right compared to the one on the left. Look at the eye line. The one on the left, you're looking down the line still. The one on the right here, you're starting to look back towards the white water even, which results in such a better turn. Now, we also saw the arm move a lot better. Like, look at that. So much better. A lot more engagement. Look how off-center you are over here on the right. That's all because of the head move the entire way. It looks really, really good. One thing I would like to see is the left arm come even higher, so that there's this upward pull against the body as well, which would really make a big difference. But to be honest, in one session, I'm frothing. That's super, super good. Nice work. Just to watch it a couple more times. Amazing what you can achieve in one session, hey? We want to look at a couple of different things. Let's have a look. Cool. So we saw a lot of this with the that right arm just getting a bit high. What it's doing, it's rotating you down instead of back towards this whitewater section, the cutback. Now that's a very hard section to do a cutback on, but we saw this consistently with you, where that arm really holds you back a little bit. Also holds you back in the backside bottom turn as well, which is interesting. So yeah, there is a tendency for that arm to get a little bit high. Ideally, I've sort of got it happening over here, similar to the left of screen there, where it acts like a counterweight, so that you can really sink into that chair position. Notice how I'm much lower, and there's probably a lot more weight in my heels by getting lower, and that way I'm able to really drive into the turn a little bit more. So that right arm, we want to just bring it a little bit lower, and I think it's going to have a massive impact on your surfing. I really like how you're using your right arm during speed flow, but there we see it again during the cutback sort of stuff, just driving you down instead of back. And I think that's really what's causing you to get hung up on a lot of turns, particularly you were saying at the pool. Cool, so there it is again, just a little bit high. That's probably a cleaner side by side that we can use. Everything else looks pretty good. I think with that arm getting low, you're also going to sink more into your legs from a even weight distribution point of view, we sort of identified that back leg was doing most of the work. And again, if I said I want to put 100 kilos on your shoulders, you wouldn't stand with your back leg bent and the left leg straight. You know, there's that sort of use of the speed flow, by the way, and I really like it. It looks really good. Cool, so this one here was just maybe a bit of a misread. You sort of did the bottom turn a little bit early. See that section under you? Because you started the bottom turn early, you did the turn too high and with not enough speed. And that was probably like quite a nice section you could have ripped into. So we talked about sort of holding the bottom turn a little bit longer before extending up into the section. And I think that's going to be a bit of a game changer for you as well, because it just opens up so many opportunities. See how far out on the face I went to do that bottom turn? I'm also already projecting in the angle that I want to go. You're actually fading quite far into the section before going through that rotational dial. So you've got a much longer or more arduous rotational arc to go through before starting the maneuver. And with that, you actually need extra time and you need extra momentum, which is not going to be the case on a 2 to 3 foot wave. So make sure you really angle your board down the line before doing that bottom turn, and then you've got less work to do to get up into the lip and open up into that maneuver. Cool, much better with the arms there, but because you didn't have enough speed, you weren't able to sink into the board. Your back leg's sort of slicing it, it's turning the board into a stall, and it's just holding you back a little bit, but much better with the arms. That was pretty much all to do with the bottom turn. Cool, so that was a little bit better. This one here was from the second day. I really like this. Cool, so it was definitely better. Everything worked and sort of opened up a lot more, which I really like. The wave itself is really good. I think that point of view is really nice. So if we could get that left arm a little bit more involved in terms of pointing to where you want to go on the wave, I'd be even more stoked, but that looks really good. Now, because you sort of let that go a little bit soon, or perhaps didn't extend as strong as I would have liked, you had to start that turn very horizontal and very low on the wave. And as a result, you weren't able to get that projection and spray and rebound off the lip that would have made that like a 7 out of 10 turn instead of a 5 out of 10 turn, if you know what I mean. Cool. So again, I'd wind that all the way back and look at the power of the extension. So if we sort of use this there, as the extend happens right at the last second before the turn, it just makes a big difference. So low, extend, then go for the maneuver. And it just sort of opens up a lot more speed availability for you to do the maneuver. Thanks so much for watching. If that video helped you, be sure to drop a line in the comments down below. What else are you struggling with your surfing? Make sure you check out the links in the description as well to my Patreon account, my Instagram, and my YouTube channel, all of which have some incredible surfing resources for you too. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.